Anita Friedman, Chairperson, World Wizo. Mira Mines, CEO, Wizo. Gila Cohen, Treasurer, Wizo. Members of the World Wizo Executive, presidents and members of Wizo federations. Shalom. Dear friends, it is so marvelous to see you all, even though it's only on Zoom. God willing, the MOR in January will see us all in Israel. The past 2.5 years were very trying and, for some, life-changing, as we learned to live with the corona pandemic, the first for all of us. We had time to count our blessings, revalue issues, and rearrange our priorities and strategies to suit the new reality. Oh, and I nearly forgot. Continue wearing masks in public areas. The corona social distancing prevented us from interacting with the children, youth, and women in our projects. Touching people, touching hearts is natural for Wizo women, but we were prohibited from cuddling, hugging, touching. Thank God those days are over. At my recent visits to the daycare centers or youth villages, I was able to interact with them as before the corona era, and it felt so good. Then, just as we thought that everything was back on track, we were hit by the Ukraine war, and we opened our doors to the youth from the Ukraine, who still cannot return home. Your support is crucial in allowing them some normality within the chaos they are experiencing. The Ukraine war has also caused a global cost of living crisis. It has led to elevated prices of energy and food, commodities and raw materials, inflation, a weakened growth outlook, and as it is uncertain how it will end, to a nervous and vulnerable global economy. It literally affects everyone. It breaks my heart when I hear that some elderly people don't heat or cool their homes to avoid high electricity bills that they won't be able to pay. The middle class continue to struggle. Their expenses have gone up considerably, while their income remains the same. And the summer holidays is the most expensive period of the year, followed by the beginning of the school year. That means new books, uniforms, school accessories, etc. and etc. Obviously, this also has an effect on charities like Wizo that plan their budgets very carefully. For instance, the rise in the price of raw materials increases the price of the buildings or refurbishing our projects. The increase of the cost of living bears heavily on the budget of every one of our daycare centers, schools, and youth villages, forcing them to reassess their needs. However, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, and Wizo has 102 years of experience to steer it through this current storm. I know your dedication and lifelong commitment to Wizo, and your projects will not waver, no matter what the circumstances are. Last month, a 22-strong delegation of Wizo executive and federation representatives took part in an exhilarating event to mark the 125 years to the first Zionist Congress that convened in Basel. Over 1,400 Jewish and Zionist leaders from nearly every major international Jewish organization gathered for the two-day Congress in Basel. It was indeed a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Our Wizo delegation were together for all meals and major events, only parting company to attend the various sessions reviewing the World Zionist Organization's work in the past 125 years and the challenges facing it in the Jewish world. The key speakers were the highest caliber and included many women: Miriam Peretz, Adi Altschuler, Sivan Yaari, and the Baroness Ariana de Rothschild, to name a few. A stark contrast to the first male-dominated Congress. The Congress program was complied to also allow a lot of mingling and networking, and each of us, separately and collectively, met Jewish and Zionist leaders from all over the world. It was heartwarming that everyone wanted to know more about Wizo and our blessed work. It was wonderful spending time with my Wizo sisters, and we proudly posed photos alongside a huge Herzl billboard with our Wizo flag, and Yaakov Hagoel, the chairperson of the World Zionist Organization. We even followed in the footsteps of the first Zionist congressman by taking a tram ride, a first for some of us. Wherever we went, joy and laughter followed. We were a team. We met Sheikh Mansour, Deputy Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates, and a member of the ruling family in Dubai. He's also in charge of the Jewish Museum and Holocaust Museum. That is part of the Crossroad of Civilization Museum in Dubai. A reminder of the many benefits of the Abraham Accord and the interfaith dialogue. The opening dinner was held at the lovely Mesa Congress Center and included a performance by Lior Suchard that, as usual, had us mesmerized and in splits. Monday night, I attended the private cocktail attended by the President Isaac Herzog, our president, and his wife, Michal, for the WZO executive and the VIPs at the Stad Casino. Then we went downstairs to the Stad Casino concert hall for a gala event, which was streamlined on our Wizo Facebook. And over 300 Wizo members went online to see this truly amazing evening. There was definitely magic in the air, and the audience enjoyed speeches, performances, and sang along boisterously to renditions of classic Israeli songs. The evening began with President Herzog calling for all Jews to reclaim Zionism, and the WZO chairman calling for unity and togetherness. With my peers on the WZO executive, I took to the stage to end the evening and meeting with our national anthem of hope, the Tikva. The third day was the Zionist General Council meeting, and again, our Wizo delegation sat together during the proceedings. Just before Yom Tov, we had the honor to host MK Miki Levy, the Speaker of the Knesset, his wife, senior members of his office, and that of the Ministry of Welfare and Social Affairs at one of our shelters for battered women. They heard about Wizo's practical work combating domestic violence and advancing relevant legislation, life in the shelter from the director and one of the residents, and about our safety net program. Such visits are very important as they allow us to showcase our Wizo work to the highest level of government. We have just celebrated the Jewish New Year and left behind the tribulations of the past one. I take this opportunity to wish you a happier, healthier, and safer Shana Tova. Let it be a year of unity, togetherness, and hope. God bless you all.